Hi everyone, this is take two. I started video, finished it, and then listened to it, and did not like what I heard. The Toastmasters worked with me and everyone in it steadily on not using the word and things of that sort. And the last video had many ums in it. I don't know how long it has been since I've done a video. Several years, I'm sure. So I'm starting over and seeing how it feels to me and what it's like to make a video and post it on YouTube and that sort of thing. I've had several YouTube channels, posted numerous videos. At times I still get emails from people that have made comments on them. However, I can't find those channels. Just in the grand scheme of life, they're gone. At least from my memory, they don't know where they are. So let's talk about anxiety. If you remember, I have depression, anxiety. I also have neurofibromatosis. I'm not sure about this light, so I'm going to move it. Now, the three of them combined definitely play a toll on my life. What can I say? I almost did an It's hard to live with all three. It just is. And I'm married and have a stepdaughter, and my anxiety affects both my wife and my daughter. It affects the two dogs that we have, and it's hard to live with. Tonight, I was starting to take the dogs for a walk, and we have these retractable leashes. So Pebbles and Abby, our two chihuahuas, start to bolt out the door, and I'm not even out the door yet, and they have now entangled themselves in the leashes. How they can do this in 2 seconds of leaving the apartment and going out onto our patio is just unknown to me. It immediately happens. So now my anxiety is starting to go up because I can't stand trying to untangle these things. And they're all excited about going for a walk, and I'm trying to keep the two leashes separated in case we run into another dog or another person walking around or whatever the case might be. And now I can't untangle the leashes. So now I'm anxious and I'm raising my voice a little bit, and the dogs are backing away and unsure what to do. And all I want to do is untangle these leashes. So we got to a spot where there was light because it's dark, obviously, at nighttime. And I can't untangle these leashes. It's like there's a knot in them for some reason. So we quickly finished our walk and came back, and I took the leashes off of them, and it probably took me 5 minutes to untangle this mess that these two dogs have created. I am old school in some aspects, and I'm at the point where I want to go back to single leashes, non-retractable, old-fashioned leashes that one can wrap around their wrist. One dog on each side. That's how I used to walk my two dogs, Biscuit and Cinnamon, back in the day. And I would unroll the leash from my wrist some to give them more space, and if someone was approaching, then I would roll the leash back up into my wrist and have them stay closer to me. This is what I would like to do. I think it would help my anxiety, and part of anxiety is acknowledging what makes you anxious. In this case, the two leashes. I digress though, because my anxiety has just steadily grown worse since we've had COVID-19, since the shooting of George Floyd, since President Trump decided to hold a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Juneteenth. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I don't want to offend anyone. And then he backed away from it, thank God. It all produces anxiety, and it's difficult to deal with. Did I already say that I also have depression and neurofibromatosis? I'm not sure if I did. Neurofibromatosis, depression, and anxiety. The big three that I have to deal with on a daily basis. The physical pain and the tumors that come from living with neurofibromatosis. And the fact that more and more and more of them grow on my body each day that I get older. Increases anxiety, increases my depression. It causes me at times to not like myself. And folks, I know that there are a lot of people out there living with anxiety, living with depression. Some of you live with neurofibromatosis. Other people might have some other physical disability like MS or CP, and depression and anxiety that go along with that. It is tough to deal with. I can understand people just wanting to stay in bed all day and not bother getting up, especially in today's environment. We don't know what's going to happen with COVID-19. We don't know what the outcome of the election is going to be in November. Life is full of unknowns, and the fact that they're growing on us and weighing heavily on us at this time doesn't help matters. And I'm not sure if my medication is helping matters either. I will be talking to my doctor. But those of us living with depression and anxiety know how important it is to be on a medication and seeing the doctor on a regular basis. It's really important to do that. It's also important to talk about it. And there are some online meetings right now. Zoom or Noom or whatever that new version of Skype is, they do exist. It's not the same as being there in person, though. And I'm ready to go back to my support groups. I need and want to go back to my support groups. And I'm telling other people watching this and living with depression, anxiety, and or a physical disorder, I think it's important to get to your support groups if you go to them and if they help you. Get to them. So there we are. My first video in 2 or 3 years. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe.